Welcome to 5 Round MMA episode number 21. On this edition, we have a special interview with UFC lightweight Daron Cruickshank. We also break down the review the TUF Finale and take a look ahead at UFC on Fox 7, Henderson versus Melendez. Please welcome Alex Ramirez and Albert Cita.
Thank you very much, our producer Guillermo Cita, for that great introduction and an epic finale. I think it was, right, Albert?
Yeah, the ladies actually showed up and threw it down.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
You know what I found interesting about that fight?
What?
They didn't touch gloves. The women fighters got no respect for each other. They just want to go in there and throw it down.
Vicious and a night full of everything, right? Controversy, upsets, great main event. But I think we'll get to that a little later on. As for right now, we have latest news and headlines. Guillermo, what do you got?
So let's start off with our good friend Kevin Lee actually winning last night with the guillotine choke.
Bringing him to 4-0.
4-0, perfect 4-0. I think even his amateur fights, he was perfect too. So he's continuing win streak, man.
If you don't know who he is, you can go and check out last week's podcast, see our interview with him. You get to know Kevin Lee. Follow him on Twitter at first name Kevin.
Yeah, up and coming, man. He's like right on the verge, maybe a few fights away from hopefully getting the Bellator tournament. And then up there, sky's the limit, man. Yeah. You never know. What else you got, Guillermo?
I also have Tariq Saffiedine actually turning down Carlos Condit.
For UFC 158?
Yeah, UFC 158.
So Tariq Saffiedine, the last Strikeforce welterweight champion ever to be known, turns down a fight against the former.
That could have probably set him up for another title shot.
Wow. So with this, that means that Johnny Hendricks wasn't the first option for Carlos Condit for that card?
Or Hendricks wasn't even the first option to get that second position title shot.
Wow. So now Saffiedine turns down Carlos Condit, and now he's rewarded with a kind of I don't know if they call it a fight or anything like that with Robbie Lawler, right?
It depends who you talk to. If you talk to UFC, Robbie Lawler is a step up because Robbie Lawler's on his hair right now.
I can't even. Robbie Lawler, Tariq Saffiedine. Sorry, man.
What else we got?
So we got the last one. Alan Belcher actually thinks Vitor Belfort can't win without using TRT.
Well, that's true because I heard that if he gets off TRT, he can die.
He's dependent on it or what?
Yeah, so... I mean, if you want the guy to die, get him off TRT.
That's crazy. Like, you go from being a phenom to being a guy who has used testosterone just to work out, right?
Yeah.
How the mighty have fallen. Is that it for today?
Yeah, that's it for today.
All right, guys. So stick around. We'll have an interview with our good friend Daron Cruickshank. So stick around, guys. All right, everybody. Don't miss a beat. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at 5RoundMMA. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and always check out the website 5RoundMMA.com. 5RoundMMA is brought to you by SportsScene.tv.net. Get your prep sports fix at sportscenetv.net. 5 Round MMA is brought to you by True Athletes Training Systems. Unlock your inner athlete at trueathletes.com.
In this corner, we have Daron Cruickshank from the UFC.
Hey, Daron. Alex Ramirez here. Thank you, man. Thank you for doing this, man. I really appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
So right now you're in Vegas, right, with the TUF Finale festivities, correct?
Yeah. Went to the fights last night and just, supported Faber and some of the other guys that were on the show with me.
That's great. Can I get your overall assessment of this season? I know it's kind of a new production and like real exciting fights, but overall, what were your thoughts of this past season?
I actually didn't see the show, but the fights that were on last night at the finale were awesome. Those guys were banging really hard, and it was very entertaining.
Hey, Daron, this is Albert. Were you surprised by everybody else of Uriah Hall's loss, or do you think he didn't do enough?
I felt like maybe he was just too comfortable, but it's hard to fight a guy that put on so much pressure. The guy that he fought just kept coming forward no matter what, and it's hard to fight backwards, and you can't put yourself against the fence like he was doing with his hands down. That's not very technical. I mean, I definitely would not do that.
Yeah, true. Also, I think one of the biggest fights last night was Misha Tate and Cat Zingano. Can I get some of your thoughts on that fight? Like, what a great fight it was.
I felt like that was fight of the night.
Yeah.
I mean, those girls, there's no feeling out. They came to fight. They put on a great show, and they represented women's mixed martial arts really well. Yeah.
Speaking of that, how do you think the UFC is doing a job-wise as introducing the women into the mass mainstream audience?
The UFC knows what's going on. They know how to work the crowd and things like that, and I feel like they're doing a perfect job as far as introducing mixed martial arts and women's mixed martial arts to the world.
Cool.
Now, if we could just start talking about your last fight. I know it didn't go your way, but what do you think was the key to Magdissy's success and the reason why you weren't able to perform to your best?
As far as that Magdissy fight that I had, I felt like I gave him a little too much respect for his skills. I didn't really go after him, I guess you'd say. You know, I'm really good at chasing people down and going after people, and I was just so I kind of put him on a pedestal. I felt like realistically I won that first 8 minutes of that fight. He ended up winning the last and kind of gaining momentum and gained, you know, kind of the judge's eye. You know, I was in a different country. I went to a different, you know, his hometown, Montreal.
Yeah.
And when you go to somebody's backyard, you gotta beat them. You know, you gotta really put it on them to win that fight. And I didn't perform to my best ability. You know, you win some, you lose some. I got to take what I did from that fight and learn from it, and you know, just keep going forward.
Yeah, speaking with that, I know being a mixed martial artist is kind of a different animal mentality-wise. Like, say, a baseball player, you have a rough at bat, but you get one, you know, the same game. How do you find that balance between learning from a fight and, you know, taking what you learn from that fight to the next fight, but also not kind of dwelling on your you know, the loss too long?
Well, I take it as fuel, you know, fuel for the fire. I always want to constantly get better. I, you know, watch my videos and see what I can change, you know, and go back to the drawing board or go back to the basics. You know, sometimes you gotta just take a step back and you know, reamp everything.
Okay, your nickname is the Detroit Superstar. Can you let us know how the Michigan fight scene is out there?
As far as the Michigan crowd or the Michigan MMA,
like, yeah,
it's the Wild West. Michigan,
oh, wow.
Really, Michigan is the Wild West of mixed martial arts. I mean, we have an amateur program that's not sanctioned. We just got sanctioned for professional mixed martial arts about 2 years ago. And before that, I mean, there were still fights going on there. So a lot of our amateur fights look like pro fights. I mean, there's knees, elbows, ankle locks, everything. So it's a little crazy. And one day it will be sanctioned, and I think it should be.
Wow. So, any news as far as a future fight, or like how long do you want to wait to get back in the octagon, stuff like that?
Well, I mean, as far as me, I would realistically like to get right back in because I don't like sitting out a loss. You know, I want to get back in there, put on an entertaining fight for the fans and whoever they put in front of me. But the last 10 seconds of that last fight, I got my nose broke. I actually, when I get home this week from Vegas, I had nose surgery. So they're gonna put it again. And yeah, so I'll have 6 weeks with no contact, and then get back to training and try to get on a fight in about, I'm guessing, realistically 3 to 4 months.
Oh, wow, man. We definitely wish you a speedy recovery, man. You're one of our favorite fighters to come watch. Your style is so unique. Your stand-up style is really different from other guys out there. You're a very dangerous fighter, man. I wish you a really speedy recovery.
Well, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Daron. That concludes our interview. So.
And,
well,
tell Cody we said what's up to him, too, man.
What?
Tell Cody we were trying to get a hold of him. We want to respond back to our emails.
Oh yeah, back and forth emails. Yeah, it's a little crazy, you know, being busy and things like that. But I try to get to everybody, and you know, I appreciate all the support from my Facebook and Twitter followers, and you know, like to give a shout out to all my sponsors.
All right, greatly appreciate it, man. That was Daron Cruickshank. Thank you very much, man.
Awesome, thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, everybody, don't miss a beat. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at FiveRoundMMA, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and always check out the website, FiveRoundMMA.com. 5RoundMMA is brought to you by SportsScene.tv.net. Get your prep sports fix at SportsScene.tv.net. 5RoundMMA is brought to you by True Athletes Training Systems. Unlock your inner athlete at TrueAthletes.com.
After getting Daron's reviews on the TUF Finale, now we take a closer look at each bout.
Yeah, finally, I think probably the most hyped season of TUF since I think Kimble Slice maybe.
Yeah.
Ended.
Slice bread.
Yeah, ended this week. But I guess the biggest surprise was Uriah Hall
Losing, and not only losing, I mean, he just didn't show up.
I mean, honestly, that fight wasn't a great fight, right?
Good. It should went to that 4th round. I thought it was pretty ridiculous for the judges to do a split decision. I really thought it was going to go to a 4th round. What do you call it? Kelvin did what he had to do to get the win. But I do think it went back and forth, and it was tough to say who got the best of who in like round 2, round 3.
Yeah.
So I really think it should went to that 4th. But moreover, I mean, Uriah Hall should really take this as a lesson. I think he went out there trying to show that, I'm ready for Henderson.
Yeah, he had his hands down, back up to the fans, kind of almost baiting Kelvin Gastelum.
He just wanted to show the fans and the UFC that just give me a title shot after this fight, and he should have been thinking I should get this win.
So you think
his mentality was in the wrong place.
I got it in my bag.
I think Cho was preparing him for Anderson Silva.
You think so?
Well,
but my thing was Uriah and Kelvin were on the same team the whole season.
Yeah.
So you think like Kelvin maybe took some like little mental notes like during the workouts, you know what I mean? Like, okay, well this is the guy to beat.
If you look at the 2 losses that Uriah Hall does have, it's against 2 wrestlers, Chris Weidman and Costa Philippou.
Yeah, but like even Chris Weidman. So you think he'd be prepared to be taken down? Was he just so
I think he thought he was that good.
If you saw the last episode before the finale, actually Chael Sonnen tells Uriah Hall and what's his name? Kelvin, that if you guys would either one of you win, I think you guys are ready to beat Anderson Silva today.
I highly doubt it. No. So, at least 3 more fights inside the octagon.
So you think Chael Sonnen might have got that into Uriah Hall's mind?
You can tell by the way he fought.
And then every time you turn around a review for the Ultimate Fighter, it was Uriah Hall. Look what Uriah.
Who was in the front seat? At the UFC pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Uriah Hall.
Look what Uriah Hall did this week on the Ultimate Fighter. So maybe it's just kind of like a lot to take in for this guy. And so it's filming, and you got to go train now after you've been hyped up so much. Oh, come sit here at the event. You know what I mean? You're gonna win anyway, so might as well get used to it. So I guess
we also got the ladies.
Yeah, for next season Ultimate Fighter, the coaching job was on the line. Wait, what's more important, the coaching position or the title shot?
It's pretty easy. It's the coaching position.
The coaching position?
Yeah.
Because that kind of
that's what's gonna make you a star. That's gonna
get you the sponsorship.
Yeah, so Misha Tate against Cat Zingano, I think they delivered a fight of the night.
I thought the Cupcake had it in the bag until towards the end. Cat was able to get aggressive, get in a good position, and then let those knees go. I don't know about the stoppage. I mean, I agree that she was taking.
She was taking a lot of hits, though. A lot of hits.
But she was in it, and she went for a takedown. What I'm starting to see a trend is they really don't give the girls much of a chance to recover. If you look at any other girl fight, they don't give them a real good chance to recover. Once you see them it hurt, they usually stop the fight. Which I think it's kind of biased, but I thought the Cupcake could take a couple more punches.
You think she might want to take a couple more shots?
Are you trying to see a murder on?
Yeah.
I think 2 more punches we should have been allowed to see what happened.
Maybe 2 more knees too. How about that as well?
Well, she was already going for the takedown.
Yeah, I was really surprised to see Cat Zingano's durability. I mean, she was able to survive those first 2 rounds and really came out of nowhere with almost a second wind. And I think Misha Tate might have been gas-rated back then, and and overwhelmed.
The pace they started was a big pace, so that had a lot to do with it. I mean, I don't think Cat Zingano thought Misha Tate was just going to go off the bat.
I mean, I saw it was like a well-rounded fight. You saw everything. You saw stand-up, you saw ground game, submission attempts, sprawling, all that stuff.
Some of those escapes were pretty incredible. Only women can do those type of escapes because they're so flexible. They just make it up as they go.
So, obviously, Cat Zingano, the winner. Do you think Ronda Rousey should be worried anytime?
I think Cat Zingano has a lot to work on before she even makes Ronda Rousey scared.
Yeah.
The good thing is she's going to get a nice little break with the whole show and everything.
Yeah.
To kind of get her fights more developed.
Yeah.
Because I did see some holes in her stand-up. You know, her stand-up is her best part. There's some holes there.
So keep her hands down a lot,
got her on in an R bar. If that was Ronda Rousey's,
it would have been finished already.
It would have been finished. So she has a lot to work on. Hopefully, she does the things she has to do because I really do want Cat Zingano to be Ronda Rousey. I just don't like all the hype and.
I think you almost have to have. Obviously, Rousey is a champion and she deserves the accolades of a champion. But you just need kind of diversity in the because it can't ride on Ronda Rousey's shoulders. And last night's fight proved that there's a ton of women stars out there.
Yeah.
And every women fight is entertaining. Go watch Invicta, and you'll see all the fights are great.
I know Pat Barry's girlfriend did that flying armbar. That was pretty
Yeah, see, so like they're there. I mean, I know you need somebody to like kind of mount the horse and go out there. And Ronda Rousey is that woman, but it's gonna ride and die with these Misha Tates, Cat Ziganos, Liz Carmucci's, these women who are gonna come up and be challengers, and maybe they're throwing her one day. So I mean, you gotta. It's not a one horse race, so.
Then in the main event, Uriah Faber beat Scot Jorgenson by submission.
What I thought was kind of cool, if you guys saw on Facebook or Twitter, it was like after they had a banner, after the fight, come hang out with me, Uriah Faber, Scot Jorgenson, and Chael Sonnen. So they went into this fight saying we're just going to...
Yeah, that they're friends, but by all means, they're going to throw it down still. So.
Yeah, so your opinion was, did they throw down?
Yeah, I mean, the first 2 rounds was... I saw a different Uriah Faber the first 2 rounds. He was really mixing it up. He was very aggressive.
A lot relaxing.
Both were like. But then Scot Jorgenson settled down, started landing more punches, so they started going back and forth. But then ultimately, just like every alpha male, I mean... They're so aggressive on the ground. He was able to take the bag.
That's how it goes. I like Scot Jorgenson tweeted out after the fight that somebody asked him like, "How are you doing? Like, you just fight your friends?" Oh, that's cool. So kind of like losing to your friend at Madden. So kind of you're mad at first, but you get over it, and obviously they party afterwards after the fight. But I think they accomplished what they want to do. Entertaining fight. I think overall it was a great card. Yeah. In the past the TUF finales were kind of boring because they would just kind of throw all the guys who didn't make the finale onto the show together. But I think now they're kind of getting like just a finale, a good main event, a good undercard to expose the guys. So
what do you guys think of Faber? I mean, he said he wants to take a break, but
rightfully, I mean,
yeah, he deserves a break.
After that, what do you guys think is next for him?
It's tough.
Well, because
well, we do have a title shot coming up. Ryder Brown
and Eddie
Wineland.
Wineland.
Eddie Wineland. So he still has to check out that. He might even get the loser off of that, and then maybe another title shot. So, but there's still plenty of time between then and now.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, 2 fights in 6 weeks. That's pretty insane.
Yeah,
and Uriah Faber's a lot of miles on him, so I think he deserves maybe the summer off, come back in the fall, early fall, late winter. So he should be good, man.
Sounds good, but
California kid.
Let me bring up Albert's boy, Gabriel Gonzaga.
I think this was the biggest controversy of that, I thought.
First of all, I don't care about Gabriel Gonzaga.
Didn't you say he wanted he deserves a title shot after
never in my life I've ever said Gabriel Gonzaga deserves a title shot.
Did you ever go on a big Twitter rant how that was back of the head and stuff like that?
It was back
Justice
of the head,
for Gabriel Gonzaga.
Yeah. I don't care what you hear from Kenny Foreman, the guy. I thought the one that rocked Gabriel Gonzaga was the one that actually hit him in the back of the head, and then he delivered. I think they got it opposite. He hit one legal blow, and the rest rolled back of the head.
Yeah.
And I don't know why Travis Brownie tried to act like he's better than Wonder Bread. When he beat Gabriel Gonzaga, congratulations.
And he just got knocked out by.
He just got knocked out because his knee gave down. But go ahead, take your little win. I'm pretty sure
Todd
Duffy's in the mix.
I'm pretty sure Todd Duffy will put you back into place.
I think that's it for this segment of a recap of the Ultimate Fighter finale. Stick around, guys. We'll have a preview of champion versus champion, Henderson versus Melendez, UFC on Fox. Stick around, guys. All right, everybody, don't miss a beat. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at FiveRoundMMA. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and always check out the website, FiveRoundMMA.com. 5RoundMMA is brought to you by SportsScene.tv.net. Get your prep sports fix at SportsScene.tv.net. 5RoundMMA is brought to you by True Athletes Training Systems. Unlock your inner athlete at TrueAthletes.com.
UFC on Fox 7 at the Shark Tank. Now it's time for champion versus champion, Henderson versus Melendez, and we take a closer look.
Yeah. Well, before we start, I'm just gonna say it off the bat, which is it's ridiculous that Matt Brown and Jordan Main are in the main card, and you got Chad Mendes and
your boy Chad Money Mendes,
and my boy Joseph Benavidez in the undercard, and T.J. Dillashaw in the Facebook fights. First of all,
so explain to me why does Matt Brown not deserve to be on the main card? He was originally supposed to fight Dan Hardy.
Yeah,
that's not a.
Okay, look, he has a 4-fight winning streak, and I think his biggest win in that 4-fight was Stephen Thomson, who's an up and coming fighter. Yeah. So you can't really say much there. He's 16-11. 16-11.
This is Matt Brown you're talking about?
Yeah, this is Matt Brown I'm talking about. Hey, so why do you put him up? He has no title shots. He was nowhere near a first contender. But yeah, he's in the main event. Chad Mendes has a title shot. He is the #1 ranked. Well, my bad, because they put the number 1 ranked fighter, the fighter, the number 2 ranked fighter in their UFC bracket, featherweight bracket, and he's in the in the preliminary cards.
What about Benavidez?
And then Benavidez,
number one ranked.
I think he's in the doghouse.
This fight is for the number one contender. Look, Daron is 8-3, 3-fight winning streak. How is this not a first contender fight?
I think Benavidez, he had Ian McCall, he beat him.
But then he kind of
said,
cowered.
yeah.
I wouldn't say
and
coward.
I think that put him in the doghouse.
He
my personal
had the mindset of like, no, when I face him, I want to be 100% Joseph Benavidez, and he has to get a couple more fights under his belt before he fights him again.
Because this fight alone, I think, should be actually to start off the paper.
Matter of fact, this should be the co-main event. This is ridiculous. How are you going to build a flyweight division if you never show the flyweight division? Imagine how much views they would get in the Fox fight if they keep seeing these flyweights.
It's on national television, yeah. I don't understand why having Matt Brown on national TV.
That's why Mighty Master is always on free TV.
I know. How does Matt Brown help out UFC, and how does Matt Brown help himself out by even fighting against Jordan Mean? Because that's going to make him number one contender. Now, it wouldn't even make him a number 10.
Yeah, it's kind of fun that you think that would also reward TJ Dillashaw for stepping in last minute, another alpha male fighter stepping in last minute.
Or how about we highlight up and coming fighters like Francis Cormier versus Lorenzo Larkin.
Lorenzo Larkin's making his debut from
We had two young people on a tear. These two kids are on a tear. Francis Cormier ain't no joke. He's 4-0 in the UFC. Lorenzo Larkin
undefeated.
Beat UFC's boy Robbie Lawler in his last fight.
That's true.
So I have no idea why even they didn't get promoted.
Yeah,
so,
this is very strange. I think.
Listen, Joe Silva, it's not just about matchmaking; it's also about lineup. So go ahead and give me a call about the lineup as well.
You're forgetting they're in the Shark Tank, bro. They got and Melendez is main event, but Nate Diaz is back out. They deserve to be. In the main event, co-main event.
I know Matt Brown was from Stockton too.
He might be. I don't know. No, maybe he trained with them. Maybe he owns some cows out there. Who knows?
Anyways, let's get to
the main card. We'll break down the main card matchups, I guess. So we know how you feel about the Matt Brown fight, so we'll just go ahead and skip that. So we got Nate Diaz against Gilbert Melendez, his number one enemy, Josh Thomson.
I think that's the theme of this card: revenge.
Cesar Gracie, revenge.
But John Thomson is known to like throw it down, standing up.
Yeah.
And Nate Diaz, supposedly, all he wants to do is stand up with somebody.
Yeah, so like I think Josh Thomson, obviously, him and Melendez had epic battles in Strikeforce, but that's because Melendez wasn't afraid to stand up with him. Bang and trade with them. Do you think Nate Diaz is going to go that route, or
no. He's gonna throw a couple of Stockton slaps before he tries to go for that takedown and use his jiu-jitsu because
that's far superior.
That's where I see him winning 100%. If it goes to the ground, Nate Diaz got to win. But if he tries to stand with Josh Thomson, it's going to be a long day for Nate Diaz.
Yeah, I think so. I think Nate Diaz is a smart fighter, so he talks a lot.
Is it me or did Albert just go for Nate Diaz?
No. Whoa. Nobody put words in my mouth. I still got Josh Thomson.
By vicious KO, right?
Yeah.
All right, so the co-main event, I think a lot of hype about this one. Well-deserved hype. Daniel Cormier making his UFC debut.
Yeah, because after this fight, he gets John Bones Jones. So
you think so, really?
So I love it. The faster we get rid of Frank Mir, the faster we get to John Bones Jones.
So basically, you're not giving Frank Mir any shot at all?
I give Frank Mir the same chances I give Brock Lesnar of winning at WrestleMania against Triple H. 0.
It's turned into a WrestleMania.
WrestleMania recap, everybody. So not even like you're not worried about if Daniel Cormier tries to take the ground. Frank Mir's far superior jiu-jitsu skills are not going to be a factor.
Because his wrestling skills are far superior than his jiu-jitsu skills.
You don't think if Daniel Cormier tries to take him down,
there
it'll
is
play into Frank Mir's game?
There's going to be no takedown. Frank Mir's going to get rocked, standing up, no doubt about it. He's going to go against the cage. He's going to get a couple more punches to the face. And it's over.
Do you think something that's?
I know so.
If there is one weak point in Cormier's game, it's just a stand-up because he's still learning it as we go along.
He broke his hand on Bigfoot's face. There is no weakness on his stand-up. He's knocking out Frank Mir. Frank Mir has no chance at all. This is going to be the goodbye Frank Mir fight.
Goodbye Frank Mir.
We'll see you on Fuel TV next to Kenny Florian.
UFC Tonight staple, Frank Mir.
Because I respect Kenny Florian's and Frank Mir's commentary.
Yeah, actually, that's really good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Frank Mir on the mic is it's like watching Bruce Buffer.
So,
it's beautiful.
So we have Daniel Cormier by fatality, correct?
Yeah, by fatality.
Okay.
Wow, no friendship, fatality.
So yeah, I guess the big one, the main event, finally a ruled like when was the last time we saw a champion versus champion fight? Was
it's been a while.
Yeah.
Even though they could have had a lot of them.
Yeah. Gilbert Melendez, Benson Henderson. Melendez has been waiting for this shot in the UFC for a long time now.
A long time coming. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a big fan of the Stockton boys, but Gilbert Melendez is no joke. He's an awesome fighter. He's always been an awesome fighter.
Yeah.
But I think Benson Henderson's just on this vicious tear that can't be stopped.
Yeah. Actually, I'm kind of glad that when Melendez is actually in the UFC now, it's actually against Benson Henderson.
Yeah.
Because if Frank Edgar was still champion, I don't really know how that fight would have broke down really. But I know that Benson Henderson is going to bring it. So
yeah. I think this is going to be an action-packed main event. I think it's going to go back and forth. You're going to see Ben Henson's heart out there to display again. And I think he's going to overcome Gilbert Melendez.
So you think he's going to be able to stand up or what? Because
I think it's going to be Gilbert Melendez is not scared to stand up with anybody. Yeah. So I think they're going to trade back and forth. You know, Benson Henderson, he doesn't want to quit. Yeah. And he ain't going to quit.
But like you said yourself, Benson Henderson's susceptible to the takedown. So you think not to be a factor at all? Or
I think it is going to be a factor. I think when they want to slow down the pace because they're going to start off so high, he is going to go for those takedowns. But we saw with Frank Edgar that Benson Henderson, there's no quit. Take him down. It's okay. I'll pop back up.
Should be a great fight, I think. I mean, obviously, we're definitely worthy of free television. Great exposure for Hendo, who's always on, or Henderson, who's always on, Bendo, I'm sorry, who's always on free TV. And what a great way to introduce Melendez to the UFC masses is to put him on free TV. So, should be a great card. Make sure you guys check it out. Check it out from Facebook to Fox because there's great cards all around. You got TJ Dillashaw, Larkin, Mendez, Benavidez.
Unfortunately, you can't just change it Fox and watch all the good fights because they didn't get the lineup right, but it's okay.
But still, it should be entertaining night of fights all around. So that's it for this week. You guys make sure to check back next week. We'll have a full preview of the UFC on Fox card and also break down UFC 159, Jones versus Sonnen. And according to Chael Sonnen, if he goes down, he's going down like a gangster. So we'll see how that goes. So guys, make sure to follow us on Twitter at FiveRoundMMA. Make sure to subscribe to us on iTunes and YouTube, and always check out the website FiveRoundMMA.com. Albert, got some final words.
I'd like to thank everyone that's been listening. If you still haven't seen that Kevin Lee interview, please check it out. I'm telling you, this kid is coming up. He's a big star. I'd like to thank our producer, Guillermo Sita, our sound engineer, Ollie the Trolley, our executive producer, Anthony Soriana, all of our sponsorship, our technical director, Big Game. Thanks, everybody, for listening.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.